Skeleton School. Today we are talking about the push. Skeleton is made up of two components, the push and then the drive. So the push is ultimately exactly what it sounds like. It's the beginning of the track where the athletes are pushing their sled and then they jump on to continue to ride down. This is what my sister Gracie has been focusing on very, very intensely over this last season, because in order to officially compete for Team USA, you have to be able to do the push in a certain amount of time, and that time is dependent on the track you're on. Grace does all of her primary training in Park City, so for that track, she has to be able to do the push in 5.27 seconds. Now, if you're delusional, you might think to yourself, that doesn't sound too hard. They're not running that far. But let me put this in perspective for you. They are sprinting on ice, not upright like a normal runner would, but bent over at a 90-degree angle. And in addition to all of that, they are pushing a 65-plus-pound sled along with them. Oh, and they're running downhill. If all of these details weren't already enough to have to contend with, you also can't just run the push standard and hit it in any sort of practice. You have to hit it at a qualified practice, an official practice, in order for the time to count. Ever since Gracie was in middle school, she's been a distance runner. Things like doing the Cirque series, where you run up ski slopes that people normally ski down, bring her joy. Can't relate. And it was devastating to her that she had to give up long distance running in order to focus on sprinting because, unbeknownst to me, that's two different muscle groups. Last season, she was running a pretty consistent 5.5, sometimes dipping down into the 5.4s, but again, the goal is 5.27. So since the season ended last March, she has been training consistently with her sprint coach in order to hit that goal of 5.27. A couple weeks ago, she had the opportunity to go to a push camp in Lake Placid, where the standard is different, it's a different time, and arguably a little bit easier to hit. So Grace's goal was to hit the standard in Lake Placid and qualify for the season. Unfortunately, she was a 1/10 of a second off of hitting this push standard. 1/10 of a second. And I'm looking around at these people like, can we not round down? And yes, she was bummed, but honestly, it made her more determined than ever that she was going to hit the push standard this year. Luckily, there are more opportunities for Grace to hit this standard coming up really soon, so we are crossing our fingers that conditions are good, because I know she has it in her. She just has to be given the opportunity.